We're live with Coach Lew at Accelerate Life University, your #1 source for self-education success. XLR8life.com. Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew.
What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome to Breakthrough with Lew. Let me get the glasses off. Yep, I use the blue blocking glasses. Yeah, they're awesome, guys. I'll tell you what. We do spend too much screen time in this world, and you want to take care of these eyes because the #1 sensory source is your vision. So let me ask you a question. What is your vision for your life? Good question, right? Well, let's face it, today's the day we have spent a month talking about change. And we've done a lot of talking about change. Maybe you've taken advantage of some of the little homework assignments I've given you, and we've started to set the framework for change, right? But let me ask you a question. Has anything really changed in the last month? And you might say, heck yeah, Coach, I got some new distinctions. Lew, what you said this, it resonated with me. I started doing this, and this is already happening. And that's awesome. Kudos if that's the case, if stuff is happening. And go ahead and send me some in the chats, guys, no matter where we're watching. I have the chats on. If you're on Facebook, it's on my personal page. I can't monitor all the chats of our other pages. If you're on our website, of course, our web chat is enabled, which is awesome. That's where I really want you to be. And if you're on YouTube, you can chat as well. But tell me, where are you at? What level of change have you achieved just in the month that we've been talking about change? And basically, I set it up this way. We've mostly talked about the change steps, the change components, the need for a change. I mean, it's obvious all the way around you. And I'm not talking about changing the currency, changing the society, no. No, none of that crap. I'm talking about changing you, how you show up. Am I telling you to change your marriage? I don't know, but you got to change you first, because the one thing you would take on to another marriage would be you. Okay? What about jobs? Maybe, hey, coach, you really inspired me. I need to change jobs. I really hate my job. Okay, well, first we got to change you to see if you bring the new you to the job. You might not hate it, or you might find it's really not for you and go, I'm out of here. Okay, that is the thing that's really cool about this, is it's kind of a snap in, what would you call it, template for change that works overall, no matter who you are, what age, what your last name is, where you live, what your income level is, who you call God, etc. This template for change is universal, because it's not about getting you to leave your job. I don't know. Maybe you need to leave your job, but maybe you need to put in your effort first. Maybe you need to appreciate first and change you before you could go to another job. Because let's face it, if it's your attitude that is contributory to you hating your job, or if it's something within you that you just hate what you do and this, that, and the other, well, you're going to take that into another job. Same thing with relationships. So with that said, I know you've heard me say that 100 times, but I want you to realize that the change of anything begins with you. Your attitude, your views, your motivation level, your perception, your willingness to put in the effort. That's where the real change happens. And you might say, no, coach, there's a lot of changes going on that I don't agree with, or there's a lot of changes out there happening in this world. We're so uncertain. We don't know what's going to change next. Well, no matter what changes next, the thing that's going to happen is whatever meaning you give that change, whatever you do with it is what's going to matter. Because would it be sensible for me to say to you that, hey, nothing ever changes unless you control it. You control everything. No, there are changes you can't control, but what they mean to you or what you do with them, you can control. Makes sense? Can we high five, shake hands on that one? That is a given. All right, we're going to review the month real quick so we can land right here, right now, and put this change to work for you. Okay? So our review, first week out, we talked about Joe Blow and Donnie Do It. Okay? You don't know Joe Blow. Joe Blow came into this world and felt average and got by and, wanted to do better, wanted some cool things, but that was for other people. And I'm going to wait until the economy changes. Joe was always, I got a good idea, but I got to do, I'll get to it. Okay? The problem with Joe Blow is one day he found himself on his deathbed going, oh, I wish I had, but the economy was never good enough, this, that, and the other. And Joe closes his eyes, never to take another breath, with regrets. Now, Donnie Do It, he was a crazy boy. He was the kid, with the cast when he was a kid with the broken arm and always the crazy ideas and did goofy things and had the craziest science fair project. But you know what? Once in a while he won. Sometimes he got ridiculed for it. Oh my God, that you're just off the charts, Donnie. Tone it down, Donnie. Come on, Donnie. That's for other people. You don't have the education, Donnie. And Donnie's like, I don't care. This is what I want. I'm going for it. And the thing was, Donnie did it. Donnie broke his arm. Donnie failed in business at a young age. Donnie failed in a marriage at a young age. But, Donnie ended up getting married and having kids and having a home. And, oh my God, 2008 came along and Donnie lost the home. And then he started over and did it again. Joe Blow played it safe and never owned a home. Didn't really, get married because, you could get divorced and, the biatch should take half of it. You've all heard that comment and those attitudes. And, I want to have kids someday, but it's not the right time. Well, Joe Blow died alone. Donnie, when he hit his last days, everybody was there going, oh man, we're going to miss you. And he's like, whew, what a ride this has been. What a life. And they're like, yeah, man, Daddy, you were awesome. Granddad, you were awesome. And it's painful when they have to say goodbye. But Donnie goes with his last breath, my God, what a life I was blessed to have. Who wins? Mr. Play It Safe? Mr. Wait and See? Or Mr. Do It, who jumped into it and did it? Okay? And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. You got to start doing the doing of change. We can talk about it. We can complain about it. And right now, let's face it, there's a lot of complaining. Try to not get real political here, but, a lot of us are complaining about the mess and the continual spiral of a mess we're in financially and economically and everything else. What are we doing about it? Okay? And people are like, we need to revolt, rocks and bottles. And no, it's not how you win this battle in this day and age. You win this battle financially. If you don't want to support certain things, or change isn't what you want, you don't spend with that. You don't put your money into something that doesn't support your morals, your beliefs. And sometimes it means we don't have things as easy because, some companies you want to deal with, well, they're easy. Well, they're easy, but you're feeding your enemy if you believe against what they stand for. So take a stand in this world. You got to start doing, okay? So that's just my little political rant, because I know a lot of people are not happy right now, but they're doing a lot of talking, but not taking any action. Well, that's like anything in life. Well, I work for this company and we all think it should be done this way. And we all, this manager just is so hard-headed and does it his way, and he's costing the company thousands, and we can't get well, then what are you doing about that? I would start with pulling the manager aside, not trying to go and, throw the carpet out from under the guy or gal, but say, hey, we as a team think that this would be, better. And there might be a reason. Sometimes there's a reason you don't know why things don't work the way you want. We all go, we wish we'd go to the grocery store and buy a lotto ticket today, and it would be the winning ticket, and that would be the opportune situation. That would be the greatest change in the world, right? Well, it would help. I'd put that right into the business and helping and growing and doing stuff. But it's not realistic, okay? So think of it this way. All right, so Joe Blow, Donnie Do It. You get the difference. Joe was gonna get around when the right time comes. Donnie dove in and went. And I'm not saying dive in blindly and make stupid errors, but I'm saying if you're really living and you're really doing anything to its fullest potential, you're going to have mistakes. If you are the best spouse you can be, there's times you're going to screw up because you have passion for your relationship. You're going to have an argument once in a while. You're going to disagree. You're going to aggravate each other over something. It's going to happen if you just kind of don't voice your opinion and just kind of, flail through it. You might not have any arguments or any ups and downs, but your relationship is flat. It's going to go away, or it's just going to sit there and rot. Same thing with your business. Well, it's the economy the way it is. I can't expand. What if? What if? What if you don't? Okay? What if you don't? I'm kind of with McConaughey's been putting out a lot of cool stuff, and I've never been a huge fan of his, but as an actor, but I like him as a speaker. He said, I'm more afraid of what I'd miss out on than failing, and that one resonated with me. I was like, yeah, that's kind of me. I'd much rather fail big than turn around and go, Oh, I missed out on that. Oh, yeah, I wish, yeah, you're going to be scared. You're going to be nervous about stuff, okay? Action is scary. You're trying something new. You're going out on the edge. But none of the people in history that have made a difference in their lives and the lives of others were people that sat back, played it totally safe. I'm not saying be reckless and stupid, but I'm saying get out there, get moving, take action. That's the lesson from week 1. Okay? The lesson from week 2 was create your own rock bottom. Okay, we've all known people that have been addicted, alcoholics, broke, this, that, the other, and come back from it. What was their defining moment? Rock bottom. There was nowhere else to go but up. In Les Brown's words, if you fall, fall on your back, because if you can see up, you can get up. And it's like, well, sometimes physically, if you fall off like a 2-story building on your back, you may not be able to get up. But, who am I to nitpick something that has, motivation and gets people moving, right? But I was like, all right, I get your analogy there, Les. But really, honestly, if you ever talk to somebody who's been to the dredges of hell and back and been successful, they'll tell you their rock bottom moment. What was it? When did they hit that point where they said, no frickin' more, I'm not doing this shit anymore, I can't, I won't, and I gotta take a stand. And you know what? They're not usually in the best part of their life when they hit that rock bottom to where they can go, okay, I'm gonna write a check for this, usually they're dead broke too, because rock bottom on drugs, alcohol, and laziness, etc., usually doesn't promote great financial abundance. Okay? So, but my point to that is your rock bottom. Hit your rock bottom right here, right now. And you might go, I'm not a rock bottom. I got a home and kids and a family and, we're doing pretty good. But, not really what I want right now. And I want to open a business. I don't want to stay in this job I hate going to. Halfway through Sunday, I'm already, getting stressed out because I've got to go to work tomorrow. Okay, well, here's the deal. Create your own rock bottom. That was what the following week was about. Creating your own rock bottom. What is that a code word for? Standards. When you say, this below this level right here, I will never tolerate again. This is the minimum level for my life, minimum level for my income, minimum level for my health, minimum passion for my relationship, and it's all up from here. There's your rock bottom. Okay, it doesn't have to be desolate, desperate, on the verge of suicide to be rock bottom. When you create the rock bottom, it's called standards. This is the level that I refuse to go below. It doesn't mean that that's the level you stay at. But when you create a standard, something amazing happens. It makes you take action, which is the backup to this, and it makes you change as a person, who you are, to have a standard. Have you ever seen people who are really successful at something you want to be successful at, and you go, wow, how do they do it? Well, what's their standard? I want to be a guitar player, but I only want to practice an hour a week. But this guy you're learning from, or this guy who's on stage, or this gal who's on stage, they're jamming. They practice 3 hours a day. Well, that's their rock bottom standard. Your rock bottom standard is an hour a week. Who's the pro? Who's going to be jamming there? Who's going to be burning up those hot leads? And who's going to be going 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2? When you start, you're doing a lot of 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, okay? That's okay. That's where you're starting. But if you put an hour a day in as opposed to an hour a week, think a year later, are you going to be doing 1, 2, and 3, and 4? Hey, look at me. Or are you going to be jamming it, playing songs? You're going to be playing songs. So your own rock bottom, that was the key factor there. Okay? So I like that. I like this. Creating your own rock bottom is setting your minimum standard. Now, growth comes in where you up the bar of standards, okay? Up the bar of standards, and that's where your growth comes in. Ooh, hey, how cool is that? Yeah? All right, I like that. Okay, so you guys got the idea there. I don't think I need to drill that in anymore because I need to get on to what we were going to teach today. So last week we talked about controlling change. You're like, come on, Lou, look around you. You think I'm in control of this? Okay, I'm in control of the coffee I drank. Life Boost, baby. I'll put a link in the post on this one for you. Life Boost is the most amazing coffee in the world. And I don't usually stand by something so strongly, but I do stand by Life Boost strongly. So I'll get you set up with where to get it. I am an affiliate, but it's not the reason that I endorse them. So controlling change. Okay. Well, long story short, there are changes you can control. As of today, I will go to the gym and work out 1 hour each day. As of today, I will practice guitar 1 hour a day. As of today, I will promise to write my wife a love note 1 time every day in the morning to help her feel special and important. Or if you're the wife, hey, I'm going to put a little note in my husband's lunch every day to let him know how much I appreciate him. And you guys might be at each other's throats, barely even talking right now. But you do one little thing like that, and that becomes a standard. Next thing you know, it's like, wow, he's so much more loving. She's so much more loving. What is up with this? Well, that one little note, that one little thing that you do for each other can start that. Minimum standard is to say, I love you once a day. In more than just a love you, I love you too. That's bull crap. I love you, okay? Love you. See the difference? But you see where you can control, and you can't control them. They might be in a bad spot right now and hating on you, and but what you can control is how you treat them and the standard that you have. And you know what? It's contagious. I'm using that as an example. So, and you might go, okay, cool, but what about the changes I can't control? I can't control what the idiot in Washington signs or what the, the local mayor puts into effect that has an effect on my business that, this is major. I can't, control the fact that, one of my guys backed into a Lamborghini with a truck and now we're getting sued. I can't just take control of that and say, I'm refusing to believe it exists. It exists and I didn't do it. So it's out of my control. There, gotcha, coach. Yeah, you're right. It is. The activity itself or the situation was not within your control. What is within your control is how can you prevent some of these situations? How can you perceive and look ahead to see possible speed bumps? What else could happen economically that will have an impact on you? Well, that's being negative, coach. With all that's going on, they're going to pull some BS. This side or that side's going to pull this. Of course they are. It's politics. It's always been that way. It's just amplified by media now. Okay, but the reality is, things are going to happen that you're not the one that was in control of. What can you control in that situation is your perception, the meaning, and you might go, the meaning is this stupid mayor enacted this new, regulation and it's going to put us out of business. Okay, well, you can't just ignore that, can you? But what you could say is, how do we work within this and still continue our business? As a matter of fact, how could we grow our business? Quick story for you. COVID-19. Dun, 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 dun. It's a Thursday night. I'm on the auction block. We're rocking and rolling. Nobody's dead in the crowd. Nobody's dying. Everybody's alive. Everybody's doing great in our crowd. It must be auction people have a different immune system. I don't know. But, everything's fine. We have another auction Saturday night. Jen brings me a little note on the block that says, Governor just passed an ordinance thing that no more than 10 people in a gathering. Effective at midnight. I'm like, well, we'll be done by midnight tonight, but this doesn't do me a lot of good for Saturday. And I'm like, now so I'm doing my thing. I'm auctioning. I'm in control of the crowd. But back here I'm going, What do we do? What do we do? I got Saturday. Oh my God, what's going to happen here? Okay? You know, these people are controlling us. Rah, rah. You know, that's my initial response. F him, even though I love our governor here. At that point, I wasn't too thrilled with him, even though he was better than 99% of the rest of them out there. At that moment, his decision still had a major impact of change on my business. So I'm like, Rrr. So we, boom, boom, boom. 48 hours go by and we're online doing it live, virtual, baby. Thank you to Tony Robbins for back when I did Business Mastery, reminding me to innovate and innovate quickly and be able to anticipate. And I didn't really anticipate that one, but you know, we innovated so fast, we didn't miss a beat, and all of a sudden we found out it was better because we controlled our focus. How can we use this to better the experience for our customers? How can we do better for our clients? How can we do better for our team? How can we do better for our community? And it was like wham, 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 asking the right question. How can we do better? How can we take this change? What does it really mean to us? And today, our business model is so much better for everybody. Win, win, win all the way around. There's nobody that loses. Our clients get paid faster. They actually get a little more money for the goods because people stay on longer. Our customers are safe and sound at home and comfortable and not having to take hours to go drive to us. There's more time for them to preview. There's more time for them to pick up. Our staff isn't as stressed out. We're not as stressed out. We sell more items. We have more display area. It's a win. What looked like oh my God, this is going to knock us out of the game, because we changed our perception and we took control of our end of it. Wham, we're in a better spot of growth. Now, sometimes when an external change smacks you, you go, oh my God, you know, health issue, this. But usually when you get past one of those external changes you didn't want and you take control of your perception and your actions with that change that was pushed on you, it's generally one of the biggest growth factors in your life that brings you to where you are and who you are today. To get that, this is my new standard. My new rock bottom is way up here where it used to be way down here. Wow, that's pretty damn powerful, right? Okay, so today we're going to harness your transformation. We're going to stop using the word change so much, because here is the real secret of why some people make massive change while others stay in a cesspool of neutrality or go backwards. You see, change is automatic, okay? If you take action, you get more of the change that you want. If you don't, outside factors will change you. You never really stay static. Either you're going forward or you're going back. There is no staying in one place. You might for a brief breath or a brief second, but it's ever changing. Okay, so this is why we're going to learn the science of transformation today. What's the difference between change and transformation? Change is automatic. If you do nothing, outside factors are going to change it. If you do nothing with your body, it's going to change for the worst. If you transform, and you take, using your body as an example, if you transform your body by exercising and eating better and getting proper rest and the whole ball of wax, you transform into something better rather than allowing change to flow, okay? So we're going to start shifting out of using the word change so much and talk about the art and science of transformation. Fair enough, right? All right, so number one, hope you got your pens out, pens and pencils. And this will be on the site as the replay, and it'll have the this all typed out for you. So you'll be able to see this and work with this. Number one, decide exactly what you want. Specific measure. You can't say, I want some more money. Here's a buck, get out of here is the mindset. I want $1,000,001 by January 1. Now you've got a goal to go after. And I'd rather see you hit 900,000 on a $1,000,001 goal than hit 100,000 out of a $99,000 goal and say, I won because I superseded it, but you got 99,000 instead of a million. Which, go big. Go big, and if you fall a little short of big, it's better than going small and going a little bit over small, okay? We've had that discussion on the show many a times. Number 2, find your powerful why. Set a powerful reward or gift for completion. There's 2 sides here. Why am I doing this? Ultimately for my kids. Ultimately for my health, so I can see my grandkids someday grow up. Set a powerful reward. Gift yourself for completion. What am I going to do for myself when I hit this goal? Because actually transformation is getting you to a goal. You've got to have something to go, this made it worth it, because it's a lot of frickin' work. Okay? Number 3, make a massive action plan. Okay? So map it. Massive action plan. Map. Pretty cool. Or GPS. Goal positioning. What was my word for that? Goal positioning. I forgot what I called that one. Oh well, you got the idea. Taking you to your goal, your outcome. Maybe you don't use the word goals. Maybe you're like, well, I'm not one of those goalie guys. Okay, well maybe how about we just say outcome? All right, same thing. All right, number 4, take the first action or actions immediately. When you get off the show today, go through, write this down, create it. Don't sit there and go, well, I'll get to it next Monday. If you wait 24 hours to take action on something you decide, your chances go down by 80%. You take much longer than that, your chances of doing it go down by about 98%. So don't let this be a fleeting thought today. Let it be a day of transformation. All right, so number 5, check in at regular intervals on that timeline, that map or GPS. Where are your check-ins? Where are you calling mom and dad to say, hey, I'm okay? Or where are you calling your spouse to say, yep, I'm on the road trip from here to Chicago. I'm in Alabama now. I'm in Tennessee. Do your check-ins. Are you on time? Are you on track? If not, make adjustments. Okay, you might need to step it up a little. You might be ahead of the game. By all means, don't put on the brakes. Keep going, because there's going to be something that's going to, a construction zone in that trip that's going to slow you down, okay? And then 6, make sure you're journaling or recording your journey. Life worth living is worth recording. And you know what's really cool? This becomes a recipe for success for the next project, the next thing that you want to transform. Forget change. Let's talk about transformation, baby. Yeah, I like it, right? Number 7, remember it's not the goal as much as who you become and what you learn along the way. Okay, in the COVID story I shared with you earlier, it wasn't the goal of, all right, I want to do this much each week in sales. That came as part of, wow, we innovated our business. We serve our clients better. We serve our customers better. We have our staff, our team is, enjoying it more. They still hustle ass and bust their butts. It's still a very go, go, go. We have a deadline. We basically build a business and tear it down every single week in that business side of ours. Okay? That's a lot of work, guys. If you've ever set up a business, like a big shop or store type of business, not just a little office, dude, I'll tell you, that's crazy, crazy, crazy lot of work. But the neat thing is, what happens during this is this sense of accomplishment. But again, it made it easier and more productive. It wasn't about having X amount of sales in a week. It was about streamlining this so it works better. And the byproduct of that is our gross revenues went up. Now, unfortunately, and this is a political gripe, diesel fuel, insurances, this, labor, that, everything skyrocketed. So thank God, in a sense, we had to make the shift, because I'm not sure what the status of the company would be in comparison if we hadn't have upgraded what we were doing before everybody else, the fuel and the government and everybody else, decided to give themselves a raise. Okay? And the insurance companies and everything else. And I get it. We were having a discussion the other night with friends about the drug companies. You know, everybody's, oh, these drugs are so expensive. And our friend is like, well, I used to work in that industry. And what about the millions of dollars we spend on trials and then that drug can't be brought to market? That all gets rolled into that. It is a business because you spend $5 million on one thing that doesn't pan out at all. You got to make that $5 million up on top of the $5 million that you invest in the other one that actually does take off, and you're $10 million in the hole before you even make $1. And then you go, well, no wonder the stuff is so expensive. Makes sense, because everybody thinks the big company just operates. They just got handed a lotto ticket and started, and No, sometimes the bigger the company, the bigger the hits they take creating to bring something to market for you. Now, does greed play into some of these situations? And that, yeah, of course, that's always going to play in somewhere in some cases. But it was an eye-opener for me. I was like, wow, how cool is that? Thank you for opening my eyes to that. Because, all we see is, oh my God, it costs how much for a prescription or a shot or an emergency treatment? But you don't know what it costs to just even bring that availability of a treatment in. So next time you want to gripe about something, think about it. These fuel companies, and they charge so much more for the fuel. But that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, the cost of fuel goes up, the cost of transportation of the fuel goes up, and the cost of fuel goes up to cover the cost of transportation for the fuel going up. And then you go, well, these truckers are overcharging them then. The truckers are paying more in fuel. Are they supposed to absorb that out of their paychecks? Out of their, where does this stop? Where it stops is by transforming the leadership to go, hold on a minute here, something's wrong. We are spiraling in the wrong direction, whether this is a country or a company. When that starts to happen, where you're playing catch up all the time, or with your body or with anything else, something's got to transform to where you're ahead of the game. Okay? So these are great examples. The world going on around you is a great example for how you to pattern how to be in some ways and how not to be. Interesting. Always dig in. So remember, it's not the goal, but it's who you become and what you learn along the way that makes the real difference. Now, I'm not saying your goals aren't important and income isn't important. Absolutely it is. Absolutely your goals are important. But if you hit a goal, have you ever, let me ask you this, let me rephrase that. Have you ever hit a goal and gone, is that all there is? Okay, yeah, we hit the goal. That means you were unfulfilled. Have you ever gotten really close to a goal and gone, oh my God, this was the coolest journey, and it made us all bond so much more, and look what we learned, and this whole great thing came out of this. We fell a little short of the number goal, but holy crap, this changed everything, or transformed everything, better yet. And which is the real win? Think about it. Number 8, when you hit it, and as you do little milestones through it, celebrate like a madman, a mad woman. Yeah, put your hands up, clap them, dance, scream, yell, jam some music, go for a ride, go for a run, have a get together with your friends and celebrate. Because let me tell you something. Celebration is the icing on the cake, is the glue that puts it all together, because you really acknowledge the transformation you've done. Acknowledging yourself, acknowledging the people around you, acknowledging the growth, acknowledging your Creator for giving you the opportunities. I thank God every day for the opportunities. Even on a shitty day, there's some opportunity in there that your God, your Creator, however you term that, handed you and gave you an opportunity. Did you take it and run with it? Or did you look at it and go, oh, I can't handle this? None of this, I can't handle this stuff. Nothing that comes in front of you to be dealt with is something you can't handle if you have a standard and you transform to not only meet the challenge, but to conquer the challenge. And it doesn't mean you win at everything and you just kind of snowboard through it. If you ever see a snowboarder and they're like cutting and it looks like, oh my God, I wish I could do it. Oh, that's got to be so cool. That snowboarder falls more times than not. Even a pro falls. When you see that one perfect video and perfect jump and they're like, ooh, flying through the air and they land perfectly and they're posing. That's not all the time. There's a lot of bumps and bruises in this, my friends. A lot. But it's worth it. Don't be a Joe Blow, be a Donnie Do It. Okay, or however you want to term your name. You might put some girl names in there that rhyme somehow on that if you're a girl. So that's not being sexist. But seriously, that is something, your life is to be devoured and eaten up and transformed and suck every bit of knowledge and joy that you can out of it and bring it to your heart. Okay, don't live a life of mediocrity. That's what Breakthrough with Lou is all about, is breaking through. It's not about breaking boards, breaking walls. It's about breaking through mediocrity. Okay, some people say, well, Lou, you're breaking through challenges. You helped me through this and you helped me get, but bigger than the big challenges when they come along, health, physical, mind, body, business, relationship, the big challenges, yeah, we're going to kick that butts. But more often than not, your biggest trap is mediocrity. Being stuck in the same old and going, it's okay, it's good. Good is not good enough. Excellent, outstanding. That's the life that you are designed to live. If you're on this show, you're not average or good or kind of getting by. You might be right now, but that's not in your heart and soul. That's not in who you are. You don't get on the show. You don't give me 30, 40 minutes of your time on a Monday morning to go, well, let me have an average week, dude. Come on. I don't think so. All right? So, my question for you is, are you ready to commit to change today? And not just commit to it. Are you ready to take the steps, the 7 steps to transformation, to make this happen, to make this life a reality? It doesn't mean you make the decision and it all changes overnight. It all changes in a heartbeat. The minute you make a true decision, and decision in the Latin root means to cut off from, you are cutting off from any other possibility but your success. But to do that, you've got to take the action. You've got to make the decision. You've got to do the 7 steps. Okay? So are you ready to take your life to the next level and really do this for real? Are you? Let's see it. Share this. Share this video. Share this podcast. Wherever you're seeing this, hearing this, share this. Team up with your team and go forward. Because you have spent a month with me learning about change and a day with me about going for transformation. So let's do this, yes? All right, guys. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. This is Coach Lou signing off from Breakthrough with Lou. Don't forget, go back over to the website xlr8life.com and you can see all the replays. If you've missed anything, do this, guys. This is here for you. Have an amazing day.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to xlr8life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.